Welcome back to the Irish Bandit channel, or if you're new here, welcome to the channel. I, as always, am your host, the one, the only, the second Irish Bandit. Last weekend was Saskatoon Entertainment Expo 2023. This has been the 8th Saskatoon Expo. It's been going on since 2013. I know the math doesn't add up, but you have to remember, pandemic. During the pandemic, there were two expos that did not happen, and it has gone on in various forms over the last 10 years. And I have been to all but one of them, that being the one in 2013, the very first one. At that one, they had the late, great Kevin Conroy, the iconic voice of Batman. They also had Saskatoon's own Kim Coates, who played Tig on one of my favorite shows, Sons of Anarchy. The year after that, they entered a partnership with the same people who run the Calgary and Edmonton Expos, and just made it a bigger presentation overall, and got such huge guests as well. They got Lance Henriksen from Millennium, Aliens, from Pumpkinhead. They got Brandon Routh from Superman Returns, John Barrowman from Arrow. They got Robert Englund from A Nightmare on Elm Street series. That was the first one that I attended. Met Robert Englund, got his autograph, got a picture taken with him. So incredible. And it has just continued on over the past 10 years in various different forms. From 2014 to 2017, it was through the same people who did expos for Edmonton and Calgary, like I said. But then they parted ways with the original creators of Saskatoon Expo, Mike and Chris. Mike and Chris taking it upon themselves to continue on with the work. And I think, honestly, for the 2 years that they did it, 2 or 3 years, no, it was 3 years, because they did it in 2017, 18, and 19, and 19 was the first year that I volunteered. I think they did an excellent job all 3 years. But in 2019, they sold the rights to Saskatoon Expo to Prairieland Park, and this has been the second expo under Prairieland, in its new day, in its new month and time of May, going for 3 days. Last year's expo wasn't the greatest, and I'll get into a little of that now. After the previous year's expo, it felt like that with Prairieland, they really scaled things back a whole lot, and it wasn't for the best either. They really didn't put an emphasis on local shops and creators and things like that. A lot of them were from out of town. The guests, I'm never going to rag on the guests, because somebody's going to be excited for somebody. And I think we saw that last year as well. Personally, myself, I was so excited when I heard that Cary Elwes was coming. But then, unfortunately, he had to cancel like the Saturday of the show because of the snake bite he received. He was the only person that I was looking forward to. But, I mean, again, I'm never going to rag on guests, because somebody's going to be excited for them. I didn't know who any of them were. All I heard was that they were from Star Trek. Or from a Star Trek series. I haven't kept up with Star Trek in a long time. But, so it was kind of disappointing for me, but I don't put that on the guests themselves. I really can't put that on Prairieland either. That was just an unfortunate thing that happened. But last year's expo really felt lacking to me. There was just something different, and not in a good way. Maybe it was just because we were still during the pandemic at that time. You know, it was a smaller crowd. But that kind of brings us into this year, and I think they're starting to get it. They're starting to get it right. This year has had a better attendance on Saturday than the other 2 days. Friday night, of course, it's Friday night. Of course, it's going to be a little less busy, but Saturday was really busy. Really good to see the huge turnout that it had. Sunday was it was still busy, don't get me wrong, but not as busy as the other 2 days. But let's talk about some of the things that I enjoyed about it. I'm going to say it every year. I just love the camaraderie. People getting together, enjoying the same things or different things. Not everyone's going to be a fan of Star Trek, and I know that. Okay, I don't want to rag on newer Trek, but I mean, the J.J. Abrams movies just kind of ruined my love for the Star Trek franchise, but it was great. to see everybody having so much fun. And it was great that they had so many guests that I actually knew. Like Jonathan Frakes, I was going there for him. If he happened to cancel, there was Neil McDonough. I was looking forward to him on when he was announced for Regina before the pandemic started. So it was really cool that he came to Saskatoon. I'm really hoping that we can get Amy Jo Johnson because she was supposed to come to the 2020 Regina Entertainment Expo, but pandemic. God, I hate saying that, but it's what happened. So yeah, it was just great seeing everybody having so much fun. I would really like it if, you know, Prairie Land could book this around other shows, like dedicate 3 days in May where they have nothing going on and use every part of Prairie Land Park to its advantage. What they did before, and they can do it again because they're squashing so much in to one area. Like you had the main exhibitor portion, you had gaming, you had autographs, you had photo ops, all in the same area. You can spread that out, and they've done that in the past. You had the main theater area for the Q&As in Hall A. It's kind of gone between Hall A and Hall C, I want to say, over the years of where the Q&A panels have been, to great success for both, honestly and truthfully. I think I prefer it more in Hall A, though, but you can do something with Hall C as well. And then, you can put the main exhibitor area in Hall A. Put all the vendors there. In the main theater area, you can do the Q&As there. In Hall B, you can do autographs and photo ops. In Hall A, you can set up a gaming area. Like one year, oh God, I can't remember what year that was, but they turned Hall B, I think it was Hall B, into just a giant arcade area. Do that again. That was awesome. So yeah, I'm kind of talking about ways to improve it, but I should be talking about things I liked about it. But like I said, I like the camaraderie. I loved the guest list this year. Such a great guest list with Jonathan Frakes, Neil McDonough, Danielle Monet from The Flash. Who else do we have? Pat Mastriani from the Degrassi franchise. That was cool to get some Canadian representation there as well. So really cool. And yeah, it was just fun to be around. I love volunteering at Saskatoon Entertainment Expo. This year was no different. I was working the information desk on Saturday and Sunday, and I think I got maybe like 25 people in total both days. So it was a nice, quiet job. You could watch people go by, and hardly anybody bothered me either. I don't want to say like people bothered me, but no, it wasn't a bother. Helping people out and showing them where to go on the map and telling them. Only real thing we had somebody on Saturday ask, usually there's like a huge comic book display, and we're like, yeah, no, unfortunately not this year. Oh, well, who can I talk to about that? You don't like to hear that, but I think for that, that's okay, because she wasn't mad about it, but I can understand her disappointment. So, but yeah, compared to last year, this was so well done. It was done so much better. That's the word I'm looking for. So am I looking forward to Sask Expo 2024? Absolutely I am. I can't wait until the next one. I can't wait to see who they're going to bring. I'm going to have to redo my wish list of acts that I'd like them to bring in, because unfortunately the number one person who I would have loved to see is no longer with us. So I don't know. Well, I'll have to rework it. There's still a few that I would love it, like David Keith, who played the voice of Goliath in Gargoyles. We've already had Marina Sirtis come. We had Jonathan Frakes this year. Why not Goliath? And of course, the resume he's had, being in They Live with Roddy Piper, the voice of Al Simmons, aka Spawn, for the HBO series, all the Disney work he's done. He's just an incredible voice actor. Who else would I love to see? I would love it if they brought any Power Rangers star, really. Specifically Mighty Morphin, but I wouldn't be too opposed to any of the other seasons as well. Felicia Day, Will Wheaton. Who else could they bring in? there's really not many Star Trek original series cast members they can bring in anymore. They already had William Shatner come a couple years ago. As yeah, Brent Spiner, Michael Dorn, those would be fantastic to see, to meet. Uh, yeah, I'll have to look through my list. Because I did one before Saskatoon Expo, before the unfortunate passing of Jason David Frank, but I don't know. I'll look through everything, and I usually do this every year on my Facebook page where I post my wish list of celebrities to bring in for Saskatoon Expo. You never know. I could maybe influence some people to bring some of these celebrities in. You never know. Whoever does the circuit. But yeah, I thought Saskatoon Expo this year was great. It was fun hanging out with some friends of mine as well. We all had a blast, and good time had by all. But did you go to Saskatoon Entertainment Expo this year? And if you did, what did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd really love to hear your thoughts on this. While you're down there, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. In the description, you're going to see all the ways you can help support this channel. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and Reddit. You can get your Irish Bandit merchandise from my Irish Bandit shop on redbubble.com. You can get your copy of my novel Shade Falling on Amazon. You can get that on either Kindle e-reader or on paperback, and you can buy me a coffee. Or right now, I have a goal set up where I want to get some Elgato gear for my PC. You can help make that happen in the link down below. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you're already subscribed, tap the bell and you'll be notified whenever a brand new video goes live. We are back with new videos this coming Monday as we're getting more into the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. On Tuesday, I will have a review of Scream 6. And then on Wednesday, it is back with more BioShock. Thursday, I just finished watching SmackDown as I record this video. The finals are set for the World Heavyweight Title Tournament. I'm going to tell you why I think it's a bad idea, why this pairing is a bad idea. It's going to be a great match. Don't get me wrong. If you've seen SmackDown, you know who's going to be in the finals. It's going to be a great match, but I don't think it's going to work. And then on Friday, it's more Final Fantasy VII on Friday Fantasy. So be sure to join me for all that. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you again very, very soon.